Hello, another edition of the Topless Beekeeper. I'm back, and it's a good fall day here, and somewhere in Airdrie, Alberta, because Mayor Brown and Council have made having bees in the city a criminal offense, whereas in the city of Calgary, the website says, Mayor Nemsey says that regulation of honeybees is the jurisdiction of the province of Alberta, and hence the bees end up being regulated under the Bee Act and the nuisance provisions of the criminal code. And here in Airdrie we have many knee-jerk reactions that God and the Torah don't apply to. Living insects, the domesticated honeybee. Alberta produces 50% of Canada's honey, and if we could convince the 17 cities and 108 towns that honeybees do belong in the city, you can see that the beekeeper is highly trained. Many don't work topless because if the bee goes inside the glasses, you shut your eye, or inside the eardrum, you smoke him out. And this time of the year, it's warm, and they're just feeding on, you can put sugar down on your deck, and honeybees and wasps. And this is he's stinging me right now. You can see he has a stinger in, and there's some venom on the end of my thumb. I don't recommend doing this until you've been stung quite a few times to build up coronavirus immunity. The venom of the wasp and the hornet is different from the honeybee, and plus he has a straight stinger. But you saw that I let him go. And by the way, the Torah and the living God says that each one of these insects has a living soul right here. And here's a honeybee here. We're holding him, and we just let him go. So these bees are feeding on just stuff that I put out in the hot sun. Last time I checked, it's not against the law to feed insects that'll come somewhere else in the city. Mayor Brown is there. So, since there's no bee trees anywhere in the city, we can hazard a guess that these honeybees are coming from a hidden beehive, maybe a rooftop beehive like they had to do in New York City for many years. Oh, that hurts. But you can see they're not bothering anybody. They come and go from their hive base in the city, and with the coronavirus here, and 50% of the people without work, we certainly have to give pause. Say who brings our daily bread to our table and who brings money to our table. The money is owned by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as is the food, and we ask blessings. So this is you can see this. And I've kept honeybees since I was 19 years old, driven by the anti-environment movement in Airdrie, the anti-green movement, unfortunately, in Airdrie. And the record would say I will do a media interview with the mayor and ask him if he's issued any permits to the city of Airdrie. And I remind the people that you cannot kill the honeybee unless you get a permit from the Department of Agriculture and the provincial bee inspector. So the coronavirus is telling us to grow up, start appreciating the life that God brings us, and start to make the world and our communities a better place. And I would say that our honeybees need to be in the city, not overtly regulated. And the big concern is that they're going to kill people. Now I'll bring you, there's many death statistics up because of the coronavirus, people dying every day. Right now in Canada, the chance of dying from the coronavirus, I'll post a link, is one chance in a lightning strike. Now, the death statistics for all stinging insects, scorpions, in the United States of America and in Canada, all tabulated, is less than one chance in a lightning strike. So like all citizens worldwide are so afraid of the coronavirus, and I have yet to mask up. Working topless takes a strong learning curve, and almost 0% of the Calgary beekeepers work topless. But have no fear, even SARSCOVID2, have no fear. Topless beekeeper, Absalom Herdman, trying to get a permit to keep the honeybees somewhere in Airdrie, Alberta. So I'll have an email and a phone number posted. If you're a private landowner and you want me to put some bees on your property in Airdrie, let me know. And also let Mayor Brown, that mayor at Airdrie.ca, know. Mayor Brown comes from Vancouver and BC that are pro honeybee. And Mayor Brown is supposed to be Citizen of the Year. So an open message, Mayor Brown. Can you get me some land somewhere in Airdrie, Alberta, so that we can educate the public, not only about the coronavirus, but the honeybee? We have way too much fear. I'm going to try another yellow jacket. You got to grab him by the... Oh, there he is. He's trying to sting. He's trying to sting. See that? And you don't kill him, and he just flew off. So we call this robbing, but they're basically going back and forth to their hive. Now, 99% of these bees you see here will die. These are old field bees that are coming from the beehive to bring back carbohydrate, nutrients, pollen, detritus in the fall to the living hive. So the the queen stays at about 98 degrees inside the honeybee hive. So all these bees will die and hopefully start a new generation. Now the yellow jackets, these guys, you see he flew off. I'm told it's just the queen that overwinters. Now, I don't know that. And the bumblebee, it's just the queen that but that's a science project for you people to go in and see how the yellow jacket, hornet, and the bumblebee overwinter under the frost line. But do they just overwinter as a single queen and a few bees, or I don't know that answer. Topless Beekeeper, bringing you love and attention to God's living creatures. And remember, Hashem, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, brought coronavirus to you to wake you up.